A founding member and leader of Hamas has allegedly called for a global jihad on Friday the 13th. Now, the original video has been taken off YouTube, but apparently he asked for all Muslims around the world to fight and be martyrs, asking for their souls to be sacrificed for Palestine. This is especially concerning as after Hamas attacked Israel, in New York City there was hundreds of Palestinian supporters right outside our own US Armed Forces recruiting station.
Back to the sea! Palestine will be free!
Our resistance stormed illegal settlements and paraglided across colonial borders.
But not only in NYC, but all the way across the country in San Francisco, California, all the way down in San Diego in Southern California, and back up to Kirkland, Washington, across the country in Chicago, Illinois, over to Dearborn, Michigan. And it's not just US cities, as this is footage from Sydney, Australia, all the way over to London in the UK, where their police could not control the demonstrations. And Germany saw the same scuffles between police and Hamas supporters. And even above our own borders, Montreal and Toronto, Canada had thousands show up. Now, it's one thing for people to march in the streets to show their support of a terrorist attack, but it's another thing to demonstrate in nearly every major US city or city in the entire world has thousands of people that will celebrate what happened to Israel, not to mention the citizens of their own country, which is especially concerning where their leader is broadcasting a specific date that they must sacrifice themselves to attack their enemies. Because as Ezra Levant in Canada points out, these aren't just any random citizens. These are people that fly 737s for Air Canada, the same plane that goes to Tel Aviv, by the same guy that goes on social media to post very angry things about Israel. Now, it appears Air Canada was notified of their pilot's Instagram account and has taken him out of service, but they only did that because he posted it on his public social media page wearing an Air Canada uniform draped in a Palestinian flag that randomly went viral online. But what can Air Canada or any Western airline do now? They can't just start rounding their already dwindling numbers of pilots due to their possible affiliations, because I imagine it's an infinitely small number of people that would actually do something, but in the same sense, I wouldn't want my own mother to be flying on Friday. Because this problem is bigger than just one group, as BLM Chicago originally posted their support of the Hamas terrorists that paraglided into Israel. Now later, they did kind of apologize and remove their insensitive Instagram post, but apparently the image is still up on their Facebook. And this wasn't just a one-off, as BLM Grassroots also supported similar actions in the US. And even in 2015, their leadership was openly against Israel.
If we don't step up boldly and courageously to end the imperialist project that's called Israel, we're doomed. We have to be a part of Palestinian solidarity.
So what do these companies do now? Track down anybody that openly supported BLM or Palestine in the past because what somebody said over in Qatar? Because it's impossible, as over the last year this channel has extensively covered our wide open borders in the south, and how even New York City sees migrants from all across the globe showing up by the thousands. As in the last 2 years alone, Border Patrol has found over 250 suspects from their watch list attempting to sneak into the US. And seeing how these numbers have already created disasters in Europe, what does our Commander-in-Chief, President Damon Shaw, focus on?
The Junk Fee Prevention Act. Hard to say. Anyway, but all kidding aside, I'm asking Congress to take the action so this makes it a matter of law.
Now, on one hand, it's bad that President Dementia is focusing on the fight against Ticketmaster inflating Taylor Swift tickets, but on the other hand, it's probably for the best. I'd rather him use Bidenomics to destroy concert prices than him give the Taliban more tanks or Iran another $1 billion. Because just like how they have him use the baby stairs to board Air Force One, I just want them to give him the baby phone to stop him from making things worse. But aside from my lighthearted commentary on a very serious topic that I've actually been trying to avoid, is the very serious subject of will catastrophes strike in the next 14 months, aka the election season? Because I don't want a terrorist leader to dictate how I enjoy my life, as I do reside in the second most populated city in the US, and I don't want to constantly be a doomer. But I also made this channel to share information that most people won't casually encounter online, and definitely won't find through the mainstream corporate dinosaur media. So I share these Hamas claims and footage of cities filled with their supporters to spread awareness of what's really happening in the world. Not to say stop living your life, but just to be very aware of of your surroundings. The simple things, like when you enter a building, are you making note of multiple exits, not including the entrance you came in through? When you're at a restaurant, are you positioning yourself to see who or what is coming in? Should something concerning happen, are you prepared to abruptly leave? And I'm talking about having expensive tickets to a concert or football game. Are you prepared to cut your losses and leave? And I could talk about this subject for hours, but these are just some of the things that a lot of people that I personally know never even consider, so let's just take this as a reminder to be aware and prepared. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on the invasion in Spain that they conveniently don't want you to know about.